Okay, so, there's been a lot of talk lately about Zlatan Ibile and his new album.
Yeah, Symbol of Hope, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Symbol of Hope. And we've got a few interesting things to unpack here.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, you've got reports of Davido being spotted in the studio with him.
Definitely.
Then you've got Zlatan himself making some pretty bold claims online about the album.
Yeah. He is really hyping this one up.
Yeah, so I guess our mission today is to try to figure out what's really going on here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why is everyone so excited about this album, and what do we actually know so far?
Right, exactly. What should our listeners really be paying attention to?
Yeah, I think that's the key question.
So one of the biggest stories that's been making the rounds is that Davido was seen leaving Zlatan's studio in Lekki.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently they had an all-night recording session.
Wow.
And it seems like it was specifically for this album, for Symbol of Hope.
Interesting.
So what do you think that tells us? When you see two big artists like that locked in the studio all night, what's the significance of that in the Afrobeats world?
I mean, usually that means it's something they're both really invested in. It's not just a quick guest verse or something.
Right.
It suggests a much deeper kind of creative process.
Right.
They're really trying to create something special together, something they both believe in.
Sometimes when she be now you at the call when and I know for that minute you could show face. Show face. Sit down, go take some striking deals. I did Lekki just buy a new private jet and you see me my brand reduced. I don't see who they use money collecting babe. But Rojago go feel relate.
Right, and that usually translates to a pretty big track on the album.
Oh, yeah, definitely. A real standout track that people are going to be talking about.
Exactly. And on top of all that, you've got Zlatan himself really pumping up the expectations.
Oh, yeah.
He posted on Instagram that this album has the best set of songs I've recorded my whole life.
That's a pretty bold statement.
Yeah. I mean, that's not something you just throw out there lightly.
No, definitely not.
So what do you think is driving that kind of confidence?
I think it's got to be a couple of things. Maybe he feels like he's really grown as an artist, you know? He's pushing his boundaries and experimenting with new sounds. Or maybe he's just really connected to the themes he's exploring on this album. It's something deeply personal and authentic for him.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's interesting because the lead single, Get Better, featuring Fola, that's already doing incredibly well.
Oh, yeah. It's huge.
It's #1 on the Nigerian Apple Music charts right now.
Wow, that's impressive.
So how much weight do you put on that kind of early success. Does that tell us anything about how the full album might perform?
Oh, I think it's a great sign for sure. It shows that people are already connecting with his new music.
Yeah.
And that there's a real appetite for what he's putting out there.
Right. So based on everything we know so far, it sounds like this album is going to be a mix of like those hard-hitting street anthems that he's known for.
Yeah, definitely.
But also some more motivational lyrics and, of course, those infectious dance-ready beats.
Always got to have those.
Yeah, of course. So I'm curious about the motivational lyrics thing. Does that suggest he's maybe shifting his style a little bit?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, it could mean he's broadening his lyrical content a bit.
Right.
Maybe touching on themes of perseverance or aspiration, or even some social commentary, alongside the party anthems.
Interesting.
Yeah, it could be a way to appeal to a wider audience, or just to showcase a different side of himself as an artist.
Right. And I mean, he's definitely had huge success in the past.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
With albums like Zonku and Rizan.
Yeah, classics.
With tracks like Lagos Anthem and Chocha.
Oh, those are huge.
Yeah, massive hits.
Yeah.
So do you think Symbol of Hope is going to basically follow that same formula?
Well, I think it'll definitely build on that foundation, Like, that's what he's known for.
Right.
But I also think Davido's involvement could push him in some new directions.
Yeah.
I mean, Davido's got such a diverse musical style.
It does.
So maybe we'll see some different melodic structures or vocal harmonies.
Yeah.
Maybe even some genre-bending influences.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think it has the potential to really surprise people.
Yeah, and that's what everyone's wondering about, right? Like, will this collaboration actually produce another one of those massive hits?
Oh, absolutely. The potential is definitely there. I mean, you've got two of the biggest names in Afrobeats coming together, and their fan bases are huge. So, yeah, a chart-topping hit wouldn't be a surprise at all.
Right, but I think what I'm most interested in is how their styles are going to merge.
Oh, yeah, me too.
And how that's going to contribute to the overall artistic statement of the album.
Exactly. Like, what kind of new sound are they going to create together?
Right, exactly. So just to recap for our listeners, the key takeaways here are that Davido spent a significant amount of time in the studio with Zlatan working on this album.
Yeah.
Zlatan himself is super confident that this is his best work yet.
Yeah.
And the lead single, Get Better, is already killing it on the charts.
Absolutely. I think those are the big headlines.
Yeah, and I think when you put it all together, it's clear why there's so much excitement building around this release.
Yeah, for sure. It could be a really significant album for Afrobeats right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's something for our listeners to think about. When you consider Zlatan's established sound and the fact that Davido is so heavily involved in this project, what kind of hope do you think this Symbol of Hope album really represents within the current Afrobeats landscape?
That's a good question.
Like, could it be about merging different styles or maybe exploring some deeper themes? Or is it about reaching a whole new level of mainstream appeal?
Interesting.
What kind of new sonic territory are they exploring together? And what could the broader impact of that be? It'll be fascinating to see how it all unfolds.
Definitely. Thanks for diving deep with us.
Absolutely. Thanks for listening.
Cheers.